Hello, this is Isaiah Reports Football, and this is my reaction towards each individual group from since the group stages are over now. So I'm going to react to each individual group. So let's begin. Starting off with Group D, since the United States is in this group, it's sadly that we lost against Turkey 3-2, but maybe this game shows how our depth is an issue. Like since Pochettino rotated the team and lost 3-2, at least we showed some fight back regarding like coming back, like to make it 2-2 and stuff like that. But defensively, especially rotating, but starting Mark McKenzie, Austin Trusty, um, and some other defender. It shows our defense, our backups for the defense is not that good, and the way that we allowed, especially Turkey's first goal through Arda Güler, easy goal for them, or with Coach Gul tap in, or even their winner tap in again. So defensively, we have to start our strong best defenders. And then and regarding Australia versus Paraguay, both teams go through to the knockouts, and it seems like they both just decided to take the 0-0 draw. Australia and Paraguay get to go through to the knockouts, I believe. So definitely. So yeah. Next is Group A. It's Mexico, who destroyed Czech Republic, who was like literally the worst or one of the worst teams in this World Cup. Czech Republic. Mexico absolutely destroyed them 3-0. And then South Africa won against South Korea and surprisingly gets second place and gets to the knockout stages, while South Korea also gets knocked out from the tournament alongside Czech Republic in this group. And shout out to South Africa from a horrible opening game against Mexico. They got a key draw against Czech Republic and then a win against South Korea. And yeah. Group B, Switzerland tops this group. And won 2-1 against Canada, which helped them top this group. And it was a really good display from Switzerland, where Vardy scored to make it 1-0, and then Manzambi again, who's having a really good tournament so far, made it 2-0 for Switzerland. But Canada did come back through Laren, who's also having a good tournament for Canada. But Canada didn't have enough to come back from 2-0 down, and that helped Switzerland finish first place. And then Bosnia also gets to be in the knockouts as well, getting 4 points through beating Qatar. And Ayla Bovic, Ayla Begovic had a really amazing game against Qatar, a very young, exciting player. Absolutely balled out and scored an amazing goal as well against Qatar. And then Qatar, it was really bad in this tournament, getting destroyed against Canada, and getting destroyed against Bosnia, but somehow getting a tie against Switzerland, who topped this group, which is funny enough. Group C, Brazil finishes on top. They were very dominant in this group, except for the tie against Morocco. But they absolutely destroyed Haiti and absolutely destroyed Scotland. And then with Morocco, they struggled kind of with Haiti in the final game, especially considering gets a brilliant goal from Wilson Isidore. But they won 4-2 to get second place and get those 7 points as well. But I believe Brazil tops the group in terms of goal difference. Not a head-to-head since both of them tied against each other in the opening match. Scotland, they're very disappointing in this tournament against Morocco and against Brazil. For me, Scotland has to work on attacking-wise. Defensively, they also got destroyed against Brazil, but it's just through mistakes. If they didn't do horrible mistakes, like playing out from the back, like they most likely would have avoided those goals. But attacking-wise is the issue where they need to work on because their strikers are horrible. And Haiti, they gave a really fun game to Morocco. But against Scotland, they did all right against Scotland as well. But Brazil, they got destroyed against. But I don't think Haiti were really awful for their standards. Group B is Germany, who lost to Ecuador but still maintained their first place position in this group. Struggled to break down Ecuador. They took the lead through Sane, who had a really nice finish, to be honest with you. But they conceded through a corner kick from Ecuador. And to make it 1-1, and then Ecuador made it 2-1 again. And then that win for Ecuador was very important for them to be able to be part of the knockout stage. And yeah, and then Ivory Coast won against Curacao 2-0 through Nicolas Pepe scoring 2 goals. And yeah, so and I got that prediction spot on. And then regarding Curacao, I think in the opening game they want to forget about it, getting destroyed 7-1 against Germany, but getting a point against Ecuador, they'll take that. And then at least they didn't get destroyed heavily against Ivory Coast. Group F, Netherlands got first place, winning 3-1 against Tunisia. Tunisia gave a fight back against them, but later on in the game, Netherlands with their quality won 3-1. Japan, Sweden, it was a draw again, 2 draws for Japan, but they still get second place because that win against Tunisia helps them. And then Sweden, I believe they're also in the knockouts. They're also in the knockouts stage, and yeah. Uh, through the 4 points, even though getting destroyed against Netherlands, the point against Japan helps them a lot, and then also destroying Tunisia in the opening game as well. Group G, Belgium. This group makes me laugh. Like, this group's so funny because Belgium were awful against Iran and Egypt, but somehow they get first place against Iran and Egypt because they destroyed New Zealand. And yeah, this Belgium, man, Belgium's like getting away with murder basically because they were awful in this group, and then there went and they were awful in this group, but they destroyed New Zealand, and then boom, they get first place. Iran, Egypt got 2 draws, but won against New Zealand 3-1, which helps them get second place. Iran with all those 3 draws, um, um, even against New Zealand, um, and yeah, which I believe, um, which doesn't help them get to the knockout stages because of those 3 draws. So sadly for them. Group H, Spain, who won against Uruguay. And yeah, after their 0-0 tie against Cabo Verde, they destroyed Saudi Arabia, and won against Uruguay 1-0 through a Baena goal. So Spain take care of business after that Cape Verde draw. Cape Verde, what an amazing tournament they're having so far. Got to the knockouts through 3 draws. I believe they were getting ready for this World Cup, preparing for this for a long time, and they really delivered on this through their performances and results. Uruguay was awful throughout this tournament. Under Bielsa, it's time. Bielsa is going to leave. I wouldn't be surprised. And it's like horrible regarding Uruguay's situation. Like, they're awful. They're horrible throughout this tournament. They dropped off because I remember they started off well with Bielsa, then they just dropped off heavily, massively, and yeah. And then Saudi Arabia. I mean, yeah, he's got 2 points, but yeah, but Capo Verde's amazing story for them from Group H. Group I, France, perfect. Absolutely destroyed Norway. I said 3-1, but they won 4-1 instead because defensively I don't trust Norway. And yeah, Norway for them, first tournament in a while for them, first World Cup in a while for them. They take second place definitely. After getting that important win against Senegal, and yeah, and then Senegal they won big against Iraq, which helped them get to the knockouts even with 3 points. That goal difference was really essential for them. +2 against other teams like Iran, who also had 3 points, but the goal difference was 0. So that 5-0 win against Iraq really helped them. And then Iraq, they absolutely got destroyed in this group stage. And yeah. Group J, Argentina won 3-1 against Jordan. Messi, at least for their part, like Messi didn't score other goals. He scored one of them against Jordan. Lautaro Martinez and I believe Lo Celso also scored the other 2 goals, like Lautaro Martinez from a penalty, and I believe it was also Lo Celso to make it 3-1 for them. And yeah, Austria and Algeria had an insane 3-3 draw, and Austria though gets to play Spain, which is kind of annoying for them. Maybe they should have taken the loss. So if they took in the loss, I believe they'll take Algeria's spot to play against Switzerland, but they had to come back through Kalajic to make it 3-3. Maybe, I don't know, if Australia would have just taken the loss and just get a chance to play against Switzerland instead of Spain. But Algeria get to play against Switzerland, so it's an easier game compared to playing against Spain. So yeah. Group K, it was an insane draw, 0-0. Even though it ended 0-0, it was an insane game between Colombia, Portugal, and stuff like that. And Colombia gets to finish first place. And I think they deserve first place. I feel like Portugal wasn't perfect throughout this group, struggling against DR Congo, only winning against Uzbekistan, which is a very easy game to play against, and then Colombia. Um, and yeah, so I believe Colombia deserves to win this group, and then Portugal gets second, which I do believe they do deserve to get second place, even though they weren't perfect. DR Congo, they're defensively very strong. DR Congo, and they won against Uzbekistan. I believe 3-1. I think if uh, yeah, they're on against Uzbekistan, which helps them get their place on 4 points to the knockout stage for them and play against England in a round of 32. We'll see what happens with because they're very strong defensively. So who knows? But yeah. And then finally, Group L, England won 2-0 against Panama. I didn't watch the game, but took them a while to win. Got a goal against Panama through Bellingham, and then Kane made it 2-0. And then yeah, and then Croatia getting that very important win against Ghana, to get second place. At first, maybe they wish maybe England tied 0-0 against Panama to get first place, but second place for them, they'll take it after losing 4-2 against England. And yeah, and Ghana as well got 4 points as well, so they'll be part of the knockout stages as well. And yeah, because that tie against England was very important for them, 0-0. So hopefully you like this video, subscribe to this channel, and yeah, it was a fun group stage. I think there were some fun games, really fun games in this group stage. I think it was a very fun phase of this tournament, and yeah, and hopefully you, the viewers as well, enjoyed this group stage as well, which I did. So yeah, again, hopefully you like this video, subscribe to this channel.